Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention, education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the truth. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop.
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
Yes, my name is Jacinty Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Yeah, this is the elite team. The root team. Strong team.
Number one.
PPP team.
Good evening. It's just 9 minutes after 9 o'clock. My name is Mark Benchop. Let's rock and roll. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening, and thanking you guys in advance as you share the link as well. Let's get straight down into business. I know there's hours upon hours of blackout in Guyana, and many of you already know what blackout means, right? Electricity failure. It has been happening for quite a long time. And I recall back in 1992, 1991, heading into 1992 in the October 5th general and regional elections, Chetty Jagan promised that that's it. There will be no more blackouts. Absolutely no more blackouts. I'm sorry you guys can't see my facial expression so that you can tell me who I sound like. No more blackouts. There will be no more blackouts in Guyana. Chetty Jagan died. He's gone. He's no more. He's somewhere there at Babu John. And then there's still lots and lots of blackouts still in Guyana, a rich, rich country. But the politicians are stealing every single dime, and they're sprinkling a little crumbs over to you guys. And then when they sprinkle a little crumbs, only a few politicians are just fighting for that little crumbs. And whatever that is left over, the people get crumbs out of crumbs. That's what they do. That's what they get. And nothing really for the people. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. We are going to continue to expose them right here on 107.1 FM. Now, why is it that this is on the screen? Well, you guys remember Riley, right? Well, look what happened. The military has no role, absolutely no role. Sorry, I'm something like you know who, right? The military has no role in politics, says retiring chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. No role in politics. But just recently out in Washington, D.C., these Pacus who went to Washington, D.C., and I want you guys to see my face when I talk about the Pacus who went to Washington, D.C. Good evening to all of you. My name is Mark Benchap, and welcome to Straight Up 107.1 FM. And now when we talk about the Pacus who went to Washington, D.C., they took along the Pacus. Yes, we know who the Pacus are. Everybody seems to be going to Washington, D.C. now. It's as though Washington, D.C. has become the capital of Guyana. Everybody wants to run to get some sort of satisfaction to Washington, D.C. I might as well take an excursion to Washington, D.C. I'm going to call up some of my folks, all of them. We are going to go to Washington, D.C., the capital of Guyana. Mind you, the capital of Guyana is no longer Georgetown. we might as well just be honest. The capital of Guyana happens to be Washington, D.C. All right, you guys, I'm not being naughty as you guys may think I am, but again, I repeat, the capital of Guyana is Washington, D.C. Everybody wants to go to Washington, D.C. Everything is happening in Washington, D.C. But the question is, what is happening in Georgetown? What is happening in New Amsterdam? Cost of living, high, high, high. Everything seems to be high, high, high. And the question is, what is happening in Guyana? And we just gonna make something out of what is happening in Guyana? Or is it that we can't do anything for the people in Guyana, that we just gotta fly out and go to Washington, D.C.? Anyways, the Pacus went to Washington, D.C. And when these Pacus, mind you, I'm being a little bit naughty, you guys are wondering what's happening there, right? But the Pacus went to Washington, D.C. Look at the Pacus. They went to Washington, D.C. And what? What have they done in Washington, D.C.? They took along the new political chief of staff of the Guyana Defense Force in every single meeting. Every single meeting, that's where that guy, Imran Khan, or whatever his name, remind me of his name again, some Khan of the Guyana Defense Force. Every political meeting, that guy who was part, they claim, mind you, was part of the Lindo Creek situation. And the Lindo Creek massacre is still hanging over these guys' heads. It is just lots of things are actually hanging over their heads. Lots and lots of things are hanging over their heads. And so those Pacus went to Washington, D.C. to do what? God in heaven knows to do what. They probably went out on the streets and they collect a couple of little prostitutes here and there, and mind you, I'm not knocking at prostitutes. They have a job to do. I repeat, the prostitutes have a job. I don't know. Our operators being wicked when I say the prostitutes have their job to do. And bang, zoom, they put that photograph up there. Let me just say, I apologize to my listeners. I am not being naughty. It is not Naughty Monday. It is just a cool Monday where we bring all the information to you guys right here on 107.1 FM. Let me see some of your comments as we welcome. Parika is in the house. Parika is always in the house, right? I'm sorry I'm saying it like that. You guys might begin to. Parika is always in the house. This is probably, they have some sane programs, sane political programs, but they have some nutcase, Somebody once told me that I shouldn't be using the word nut butter when I describe guys like McCoy and those other vagabonds at office of the president. I shouldn't use the word nut butter. Because if I use the word nut butter, I'm coming over as homophobic. So in my house, I can't say I like peanut butter and jello and bread and these sort of things. Back in the days, we used to say we want peanut butter and jam and jello. Somebody actually had the nerve to tell me that when I say peanut butter or the nut butter crew, I sound homophobic. Since when nut butter crew, saying that means that somebody is homophobic? Everything you say these days, you've got to be so careful. You've got to be so politically correct. And so they don't want me to say nut butter crew any longer. I can't say nut butter. I can't say jello. I can't say mayonnaise. I don't know what I can say. I might as well come on the program and just zip my mouth. Don't say anything. I can't even say that I am 100% heterosexual. Then you hear Ben Chop is home. All manner of things. People bumps raising. People are so touchy. Look, whoever wants to be nut butter crew part of that is their prerogative. It doesn't matter to me. That is their prerogative. They got their life to live. I got my life to live. I respect people regardless of their lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you fling hair. It doesn't matter if you fling there. And speaking of flinging here and flinging there, and good evening to all of you. And again, welcome to Straight Up on 107.1 FM. Let me see what's on your mind. What is on your mind right now? What exactly is on your mind right now? I noticed Wayne Cisse saying, hey, Mark, Wayne should have been on with us tonight. But, Wayne and we spoke earlier. And I'm like, look, Wayne, Wayne is a busy guy. He's a public accountant. I'm like, Wayne, I got this. Let me handle it tonight. You'll be back on tomorrow night. Wayne, mind you, did a great job on Saturday, I believe. Yes, Saturday on his program. Over to you with Wayne Caesar. And congratulations on that job. Congratulations on your show, Mr. Caesar. And also he followed Shellon Washington's Law and You with Shellon Washington. So we have a packed program here tonight. I don't know what's going on with these guys. These guys, this guy now calling me Shinehead. I don't know what's going on. You guys need to have, you're not calling me Shinehead. Sorry about that. Keefel Colin Hall. All right. These days, people are very touchy, and I'm getting a little touchy too. It's getting down to political season, people fighting for political parties, people fighting for little to see who can get whatever little votes so that they can get into the coalition, all manner of things, right? And then, look, I got a point to make, but I'm not going to get to that as yet. People fighting, flexing their political, I'm going to show you guys my muscle, but they're flexing their political muscles. They're flexing it and flexing it and flexing their political muscles. And don't get them wrong. People are going to be very edgy. They're going to be on the edge. It's like they're sitting on eggs and all kind of things. If you mash their corns, they're going to go on their own show and they're going to use you out. They're going to tell you this. They're going to tell you that. But look, I raise my hands up and I don't care what they say, whether they say attacker. I say, look, they have every right to say whatever they have to say about anybody. I'm not as thin skin as they say. Some people very thin skin. You can't constructively criticize them. They say you're attacking them. You're doing this to them and all manner of things. You guys in the audience can attest to. You guys can attest to this, that they have said all manner of things about me. And I sometimes pick the phone up and I say, thank you. But when I dish out back to them, they say, bench up attacking, bench up attacking, bench up attacking. Well, they don't see attacking yet. Do they want to see the old me back? Are you serious? If a lot of them see the old me back, they will run helter-skelter. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So let us be nice. I'm a nice guy now. I'm older, still good looking, as you can see. Okay, a bit conceited, but good evening to all of you. What else is happening? All of you, Rajendra, what's going on, my friend? Leslie Ann, Victor Ben, Carl Miller, every single one of you guys. Good evening to all of you. And now Kevin Coke. Now we're going to start the business off. Since his last name is Coke, what's going on in Guyana, guys? Tell me, talk to me. That is what we're here for this evening, to talk to each other. Cocaine is on the rise in Guyana. Cocaine shipment is on the rise in Guyana. And while they're focusing on the small, we made a bust up the Linden-Susdike Highway. We made a bust on Berbice, in Berbice. We made a bust on the West Coast Berbice. Couple of grams and so when Kanu makes a bust, they try to divert attention and they try to give people the impression that they're fighting, that they're going after the smugglers and these things. They're not going after any smuggler. They're just not going after any smuggler at all. How many of you guys in the audience would say that they are going after smugglers? The big drug lords. Look at what's happening. The drug lords, and you guys know the drug lords. The PPP know the drug lords. Jack Dale knows the drug lords. Irfan Ali knows the drug lords because all of them are part and parcel of the drug lords. Every time, and look, We are not kidding. This is not propaganda, my friends. Every time the PPP is in office, not only your blood pressure goes up, not only cost of living goes up, but cocaine exportation goes way up, all the way up, supported by the corrupt officials of the PPP regime and corrupt officials in the private sector commission, corrupt businessmen, so-called businessmen, drug lord businessmen, all manner of things. That is what's happening. That is why today's headline, and thanks to Lemon, it says, we're doing the math here. And we're doing good math. We're not doing wasteful math. Good math, because that's what we do here, right? PPP plus PSC. And the PSC is Private Sector Commission. The People's Progressive Party plus the PSC, the Private Sector Commission, equals, guess what? They equal cocaine business in Guyana. Cocaine business in Guyana. And so when you have KANU officials, I'm not sure why. I've known James Singh, who's the head of KANU. He's the son of retired Brigadier General Joe Singh. He's the son. And when the coalition got into office, they removed Joe Singh over some allegations of a submarine, and then the cocaine from the submarine was removed. And they are agents and they are informers who would have already given the information to whomever it is. I'm not here to talk. I'm not here to say anything. But the people already got the information ahead. They knew where the cocaine was taken to. They knew who took the cocaine out. And after all the cocaine was removed from this makeshift submarine, guess what? The head then of KANU, James Singh, actually said he notified the people after the fact, but the people already knew what transpired. I'm not going to say anything else what happened, but the coalition under David Arthur Granger's presidency removed James Singh. They removed him as head of KANU because cocaine was being sent out the country left, right, and center. Repeat. Left, right, and center. In Cork, in Polari, in Barra, in Chana, in Belanje, in up there, in straight up there. You know what I mean? But this is a clean show, right? We don't curse like some lunatics who curse, who let off because somebody said they should go back home where they belong, in the zoo. They get vexed. You know who. But we're not here to call their names inconsequential. So if they got to go to the zoo, let them go to the zoo. But we don't curse here at all. Cocaine was shipped out of Guyana in every single, you name it, every single compartment, up there, pouch, down there, couch. Sorry about that. It's Monday. Where all this energy coming from, right, guys? Where all this energy is coming from. But the cocaine, let's get back to the cocaine. Sorry about that. Let's get right back to the cocaine. Right back to the cocaine. The arrest comes even as the Irish authorities reported on a seizure of a vessel in Cork. In Cork. You know how the Trini might pronounce it. And when the Trini pronounce it, some people may like it that way. In Cork, or you pronounce it like the Trini. Okay? So in Cork, imagine cocaine is being shipped out in Cork. In Cork, containing some 2.2 tons. 2.2 tons of cocaine. 2.2 tons. Y'all know what that is? 2.2 tons of cocaine that it said fetches a street value of, oh gosh, that symbol there. We already know that the guy who's supposed to go back into the zoo won't even know what that symbol means. He might say, ting, pass it and say 157 million pounds. 157 million pounds, guys. This is the sort of cocaine, the amount of cocaine that is being shipped out of Guyana. And then they ignore this. It's time. Look, I'm going to say this here right now. And I'll say this in a way it sees a voice. I'm going to say this here right now. The head of KANU has to go. I repeat, James Singh, the head of KANU. I know James over the years, but, put in whatever, we know each other. Yeah, forget about that. This is not to brag that we know each other, but he's got to go. He has been a failure at KANU. A little minor bust here and there with some little guy out in West or East or Blackbush Polder, and then you jail him for 4 or 5 years, and the big criminals. Thank you, Kevin Cook. Kevin, know about the Cork. Cork is a city in Ireland. You believe me, as I'm part Irish guy, that I wouldn't know. I probably missed that anyways. But thank you, Kevin Cook. We are here on this show. Nobody's bigger than anybody. But anyways, the Cork got duck in Ireland. Cook. The Cork got duck in Ireland. 2.2 tons of cocaine, 157 million pounds. But no, they're gonna go after Euro. They're gonna go after, guess who they're gonna go after? Guess who they're gonna go after? They're gonna go after some little hustler in Albistown, some little hustler here, some little hustler in Port Morant, some little hustler in Blackbush Polder, and so forth and so on. That is what's going to happen. To make it look, to move away the attention as to, hey, KANU is really doing good. Repeat after me. KANU is really doing good. But Jackie Baird is correct. They're going after the small man. And then when they go after the small man, they jail the small man. You look into Camp Street Prison, and you guys know I'm an expert at Camp Street Prison. Expert at Camp Street Prison to know that only the small guys they pick up. You go at the New Amsterdam prison, you will see women in there, first-time offenders, a couple little weed, a little cocaine, some of them in there for a little smoking utensils and all these things. They jail these small people. For 3-4 years, they jail them. They overcrowd the prisons. There's no community service. There's no probation. There's nothing. They just catch them and lock them up. But the big smugglers, the big drug lords, those who are sending out the tons and tons of cocaine, guess what? They have access to senior, I was about to say the acting commissioner of police that they have access to, but I've got to be very careful. So instead, I will say they get access, these drug lords have access to high up in the Guyana police force. High up, they get access to Jack Dale, they have access to Irfan Ali, they have access to possibly others like James Singh, the head of KANU, who has to go. He has to go. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. How the cocaine passing? Can somebody, there was a calypso or something like that say, who passing the cocaine, right? How the cocaine passing? Can somebody tell us how the cocaine, 2.2 tons and then another ton out in in Spain, how the cocaine reaching on these vessels? Poor Machu. They jump from, Machu is the first word, Machu, Mark, Luke, and John. Poor Machu get caught up in this cocaine business. How the cocaine reach on Machu? How can somebody, that vessel name, Mateo, well, we say Machu, right? Machu. We don't say Matthew. We say Machu in Guyana, South America / Caribbean, right? Okay, sorry. So how the cocaine reach on these vessels? And KANU is supposed to be so vigilant. KANU is out there. Oh, they're out there. But look, is sufficient evidence for us to say that KANU is turning a blind eye, and their friends, their drug lord friends, are allowing to ship tons and tons of cocaine out of the country. Tons and tons of cocaine, a street value of 157 million euro. 157 million euro. That is what got caught. What about the shipments that haven't gotten caught? But yet these folks drive around in Guyana with big fancy cars, big houses. They invest here, they invest there, they launder their monies and so forth. Of course, they launder it with the help of the PPP. And one can just assume that that is exactly what Jack Dale and Irfan do. They accommodate these guys to launder their monies, and then when they launder their monies, they are being described as businessmen, businesswomen, and then they have a say in society, and then they want to condemn people. And some of these hungry belly so-called businessmen, they don't even pay their taxes. Check with City Hall the amount of monies that they owe. They rob the people of Guyana of almost everything, and they destroy the image of Guyana, compliments of the PPP regime. If you're now joining us, 33 minutes after 9 o'clock, my name is Mark Benchap. What else is happening other than KANU is allowing the cocaine to pass? PPP is supporting drug lords in Guyana. Guyana has gone right back into the cocaine capital of South America / the Caribbean. The cocaine capital again. If you want to ship your cocaine, guess what? The PPP so-called businessmen will accommodate. Why you think they have all these car dealerships? Not all of them are laundering money, but a heck of a lot of them. That is what they do. They launder the cocaine proceeds, and the PPP protect them. It is what's happening in Guyana all over again. Compliments of Jack Dale again. Jack Dale, and Irfan Ali. Compliments of them. But guess what? One of the folks who we are told, mind you, that the son of BM So, that's what we're told, that the son of BM So was recently questioned, detained, and questioned for hours upon hours upon hours. Holy smoke. I wonder what they questioned him about. I just don't know. Trust me, I don't know. But one by one, we'll see these folks are going to be pulled in for fitness. They are going to be questioned about so many different things. And it's up to them to talk about what they know or what line of, I don't know what the questioning, but we're told, that's according to our source, we're told that the son of BM So, one of his sons, was actually pulled in and questioned by the FBI. What could they be questioning him about? They couldn't question and ask whether he likes cook-up or sweet rice or catfish or hassa. They won't question him about that. What have they questioned him about? What? Could it be that they question? I don't know, but look at this. This is another stuff. They couldn't question him about that because this is another incident. This is another PPP affiliated business that they're just basically tormenting and torturing people. Guyana is not a real place, guys. It's not a real place. And check the U.S. State Department report next time around. The U.S. State Department Human Rights Report next time around. And this is why, guys, there is an increase in asylum seekers. There is an increase because people no longer feel safe in Guyana. They just don't feel safe. Everyone connected to the PPP, they have a gun. Whether they're drug lords, whether they're convicts, so regardless, they have a gun. It's not to say that others may not have guns too, right? But everyone in one household, 3, 4, mommy get gun, daddy get gun, nanny get gun, nana get gun, David get gun, Didi get gun, everybody get gun. Gosh. Can you just believe? Can you just imagine what is happening in Guyana under the corrupt PPP regime? Imagine, guys, come on. Indeed, Mary Beard, it is beyond, we have gone beyond the stage of a lawless country. When you have corrupt officials collecting bribes, when you have serious allegations leveled against a man who sits there as the VP. According to Sue, he pays Jack Day a bribe. Was it investigated? No. Corruption upon corruption upon corruption in that country. There's nothing good to come out of Guyana under the PPP regime. Nothing good. Yet they come to you and they show you a little road and they try to, blind you and distract you with a little road, and then they're going to give you a little handout, little pittance, and that is what they do to distract you. Like today, they're talking about an increase in teachers' salary. What increase? It's got to be across the board and all manner of things because their back is against the wall right now. That is what they do. Their back is against the wall, and so they're going to come out and sprinkle little crumbs here, a little crumbs there, and so forth. These are the people who want to sell Guyana out. These are the Kunumunus. These are the PPP vagabonds. These are the PPP criminals who want to give away, as per Jack Deere, they want to give away a piece, not of themselves, but they want to give away a piece of Venezuela. I'm not the one. I'm not making this up, Jack Deere wanted to give away a piece. Look, he wants to make concession to Venezuela. Anything at all where there is money, corruption, Jack Deere is there. Jack Deere is a stone cold criminal. That is what he is. And it's sad that this guy is back as VP, serving a third term. It is sad. Guyana wouldn't go anywhere. There will be no development under these folks. They just do not know how to run a country. They are a bunch of corrupt creatures who all belong right there at the botanical garden. Right there, they could accompany the big chimpanzee. You know which one I'm talking about. I put all of them in the botanical garden so that they can be right there and replace those. Right? That is what should be done. Because as somebody says, in order for Guyana to grow, the PPP must go. And I repeat, in order for Guyana to grow, the PPP must go. I repeat, in order for Guyana to go, the PPP must go. Now, you guys the trench crappos are going to come on when they can't really take the pressure. They can't take the heat in the kitchen. Some of them going to accidentally fall into the kitchen and they're going to talk. They're going to wrong talk. But I know you guys are there. Carl Miller. Carl Miller is saying under David Granger, that's President David Otto Granger, cocaine shipment down because the drug lords were afraid to even hatchoon. They were afraid to sneeze. But now the drug lords driving wrong. The drug lords getting big business. They're getting contracts. They're getting duty-free concessions. They have security firms. They have firearm licenses. Every single thing they get right now. Every single thing they get right now. That is because they are allowed to do these things under the corrupt PPP regime. But guess what? This PPP regime, the installed regime, they're injured politically. They know it. That is why those guys in the opposition, did I say those guys in the opposition? Yes, I did. Let's take a quick commercial break. I want to talk to you guys about those guys in the opposition now. We'll be right back.
So this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington law firm located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
You know, notice somebody said that and welcome back. Somebody said that the drug lords are driving around with sirens and all manner of things. Yes, that's what's happening. That is what's happening in Guyana. The drug lords, we know who they are. And some of them love to give away gifts and give away this and all manner of things to give the impression as though they're patriots. They're not. They're a bunch of convicts. Some of them are gold smugglers and all. You see some of them with some fancy cars with sirens, and then they come and they make their philosophical quotes on Facebook. Oh, we're not instead of convicts, them bandits running that country right now, man. Sometimes I keep my mouth shut. All right. So welcome back to Straight Up. With all that is happening, the opposition needs to be more aggressive. You get the PPP by the ropes right now. They're corrupt. Even their own supporters are walking away from them. People need representation on the ground. I repeat, people need representation on the ground. The capital of Guyana is Georgetown, not DC, not Washington, DC. Representation for Americans and America is in Washington, DC. Take the action to the capital of Guyana, Georgetown. Show action there. Show that you are the sort of opposition that's ready to confront legally and electorally, to confront these vagabonds, these people who have rigged their way into office. Confront, let the people see some sort of action. We hardly see any action in Guyana. Isn't that why those people were elected? They weren't elected to just take Facebook photos and come and chit-chat on Facebook. They were elected to represent the interest of the people on the ground. Some of them basically got into office now because the previous set that were there, they claim weren't doing anything. They were just writing letters. They were just hosting press conference. But the question is, what has changed? And then when you try to be objective, you get some of them who call in and some other, the one Mark always attacking Aubrey. Why attack? I don't get personal with Mr. Aubrey Norton. I do believe that Mr. Aubrey Norton was elected to lead his party, to lead the opposition. He has promised to do just that. He has promised to be different from those who used to write letters and those who used to host press conferences. He has promised to be this action-oriented guy. Not the excuses that we're hearing. Oh, we can't hit the streets because if we hit the street, let me say without any contradiction, if we hit the streets, we will give to hell with the PPP. You think the PPP is concerned about when they hit the streets? When the PPP hit the streets, the PPP burn up, the PPP chop up, the PPP do all sorts of things. All manner of dirty, filthy things. They behave, their supporters, not all of them are painted with the same brush, but some of their supporters behave like terrorists, including the leaders of the PPP. They behave like terrorists, like thugs, like hooligans. You think they sit back and say, oh, I'm not going to hit the streets. I'm not going to hit the streets because if we hit, well, that's not how Irfan sung. I be not going to hit a street because if I be hit a street, the PNC go call I be all sort of names. So let me sit down a Freedom House and let me sit and have a meeting in Washington or somewhere and let me stay quiet, man. We're not going to hit the street, all right? We're going to be nice boys and girls and we're going to sing all sorts of songs. I'm going to sing Christian song, I'm going to sing Hindu bhajan, and we going to pray. And we go sit down quiet. The PPP never did that. They never did. But why the PNC or coalition feel that they got to do things in order for the PPP not to accuse them? They got to hit the streets. Just like some of them walked all over DC, they got to hit the streets in Georgetown as well. And this is not knocking DC and DC conference and so forth. I think it was a good thing. But we want to see the conference in the streets in Georgetown. We want to see the conference in the streets in New Amsterdam, representation of the rice farmers, representation of the sugar harvesters, known as cane cutters, the bauxite workers, and so forth. We need to see our politicians busy in the streets of Georgetown, busy in the streets of Guyana. Politics is not just going into a foreign land and walking in the streets and grab your phone and take a quick selfie. Click, 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 click. And like you're stepping in the name of love, like R. Kelly and these people want to see representation on the ground. And even when you go to a foreign land, these politicians that you are meeting and asking for help, they must be able to see signs and the evidence that you back home are doing something to stand up for the very people you come to Washington or you go wherever to complain. Look what the PPP is doing. The PPP is discriminating against us. Oh, Francine Cruz, help me now. Help me now. Cheryl Panjam, help me now. Elia Waldron, help me now. Help me something for God. And then the question is, guys, what is being done by you back in your country to stand up and confront the evil empire headed by Jack Dale and Irfan Ali and others? What are you guys doing? But when you talk, people say, Mark, your mouth big. Mark is a loose cannon. Mark mustn't talk. We must just sit down and shut we mouth, and then we just must vote, and that's it. That's all we value. Nobody must say nothing. And we must sit down on the pira, and we must not say anything. We must allow them to do as they like. And then when we talk, they're going to go in a corner, like tomorrow, WhatsApp chat group. You see the one, bench up? You see the one? He this, he that. My ears go ring tomorrow. But it doesn't matter to me. You got to stand up and represent your people. That is what you guys are there for. The American politicians are here to represent the Americans and American interests. They're going to represent Guyana's interest. Of course, they're going to say, oh my gosh, all of this happening in Guyana? And let me see, what else you bring there? Oh, let me see in this book here. Oh, Quindon Bacchus, No Justice. Orrin Gordon, tell me, come on. Tell me, what happened to Orrin Gordon? Orrin, the young man out in Essequibo? Oh my gosh. And look, all of these things happening? Oh my gosh. But the thing is, what are you doing? Or in Boston in Essequibo? Cold case. One guy charged and that's the end of it. Quindon Bacchus? Several persons have been charged with silly charge of terrorism. What are you doing to ensure that these people are no longer being persecuted? As members of parliament, you've got to work for your money. You're being paid to do that. Don't complain that it's small change. Close to $300,000 a month is not small change. It's enough money. You know how many Guyanese want $300,000 a month? You know how many? Lots and lots of Guineas want $300,000 a month, plus duty-free concession. Plus, they don't pay to cross the bridge. But when you talk, they get vexed. Mark don't like us. And then they can go and call in on some other shows, and they can say Ben Shop attacking we attack. That's all they focus on. But when they talk about me on the other show, I don't consider that attack. I said it's truth. It is the truth. What more can I run with? It is the truth. It is the truth. Anyways, if you're now joining us, my name is Mark Benshap, and welcome to Straight Up. Some folks are saying that they're late and all kind. Well, it's a better late than never, right? Right here on 107.1 FM. What else can we talk about? Look, the amount of energy they spent on this guy, major hype. Right? The amount of energy they spent on this guy. Meanwhile, the PPP thieving billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they're running after this guy, a comedian who probably now finding out the difference between South America and the Caribbean. He's a comedian. What else you guys expect comedians to do? Not, come on, And this is a guy who doesn't even want to say where is he connected from in the Caribbean and where he's from, and this is irrelevant and that is irrelevant. But yet all weekend, y'all crying over that guy because of what he said. That Guyana is not in South American Guyana. People, we let them in the Caribbean. We got bigger fish to fry. We got better things to do. All weekend. Bare dotishness, but major, whatever was his name? Mommy hype or who hype or get gripe and whatever. All weekend. Meanwhile, they are running for hype, and the PPP thieving out millions upon millions and billions of dollars. And the PPP so-called businessmen, guess what? They're shipping out all the cocaine, tons and tons of cocaine. And the ordinary little youths, the little youth man, them doing the little marijuana something, you grab them up like slaves and you dash them at Lusignan prison. You dash them in the lockups. You put them on 2 and 3 year prison sentence. You soil their records and all these things. And the officials in the PPP, they're sitting at Palm Court. They're sitting at the Pegasus. They're sitting at whatever them other hotels name, including the one almost burned down the other day. Guess what? And they're eating and drinking and celebrating with those people. And the ordinary people, the ordinary folks got to feel the squeeze. They're in jail for a little couple grams of marijuana. That is what they're doing. And nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about the hundreds of young people who are in Lusignan, languishing in prison because of some small amount of drugs, marijuana or whatever. And then the women at the New Amsterdam prison left their families away. They're snatched away from their families because of small amount of cocaine. Because Kanu and the corrupt PPP regime, they want people to feel as though they're doing something to stamp out drugs. Stamp out what drugs? What drugs they're stamping out? What are these drug lords in the PPP? Somebody said Jack Dave is a drug lord. Somebody said that. Somebody said Irfan Ali is a drug lord. Somebody said that. But when we look around, somebody said that. But when we look around, guess what you're seeing? You're seeing people investing $5 million in mall, $10 million, $25 million. Where are these people getting the money from? Where are they getting the money from? It's a rhetorical question, right? We all understand. And mind you, I'm not painting all business people with the same brush, but we know who those business people are, who are laundering their monies, compliments of the corrupt PPP regime. Where are they getting their money from? Where? Some of these people were poor not so long ago. They couldn't even get a bicycle. They couldn't even pay when they go around at the cathedral in the nights. They couldn't even pay on Sheriff Street. But just like that overnight, they're driving around Guyana with fancy cars. They're moving and shaking hands with Irfan Ali. They're shaking hands with known senior corrupt members of the Guyana political force and all these manner of things, guys. You think Guyana is a real place? Let's take a look at Edith Harry Paul. She says, Mark, you are an Mark your eyes real past the PPP government. Say how much drugs the Granger government uses to push, get lost, and shut up Benz. At least she knows Benz, right? But look, I gotta put her up here and I gotta laugh because I know let's talk the facts. Under the Granger administration, exportation of cocaine, drugs, gone dunk. It gone dunk, Edith. It went dunk. Completely went dunk. The drug lords went into hiding. They went into the shells. And now the PPP was installed back into office. The drug lords are moving around. Some of them are contractor. Some of them are distractor. Some of them are all kind of tongue. All kind of tractor. So cocaine, exportation of cocaine is rising. It's back up. Edith Harry Paul, oh man, oh, not fool yourself. Not fool yourself. All right? Not do the man. Auntie, not come here. Me no want to give the donkey tonight, but not come here and say them thing the man. Because when you talk them thing that, it make you look bright. And this is not a show where we cuss on like lunatic, the madman, cuss up and go on and thing up, all because somebody tell he should go back home in the zoo. We won't do that here to you, Auntie Edith. But I know you get angry. I know the PPP is being exposed. And I know you're not satisfied. You're disappointed with them. I know you're frustrated. I can tell. And so we're going to let you slip by tonight unless people in the audience, as we prepare to go, unless people in the audience say that you should get an award. I want to save you from the award because this is a respectable show. We don't curse people in the audience. We don't insult people in the audience. We are respectable people here, right? If people say you should get the award, well, then we will give you the award. What is Francine saying here? Francine says the PPP criminal enterprise will be brought to justice. Francine, just talk and talk and talk the right things. Let me see how many of you guys think that Auntie Edith Harry Paul should get the award. Let me see. How many of you guys saying that Auntie Edith should get the award? So no, Edith Harry Paul, up to now, I don't know what you say, girl. I don't know what you say. It make no sense. Just imagine all the cocaine. Oh, Auntie, look, all the cocaine. Under the PPP regime, they might push a cocaine here, they might push a cocaine there, they might push them up there, they might push them down there, they might push a cocaine all over. And tons of cocaine they might ship out. Oh, they might ship out. And the next day, they might drive fancy vehicle, they might do this, they might do that, they might build all kind of big fancy house, they might open business and all kind of thing, Auntie. Auntie, not stifle your conscience, girl. Not stifle them. And because of that, tonight, I just want to say that you are the recipient. You are the recipient. I repeat, you are the recipient of the award right here on 107.1 FM. Here goes you, Edith Harry Paul. Take your award. That was from the people. You deserve that award. It was from the people. I begged for you. But guess what? I changed my mind. This is for you again, Edith Harry Paul. All right, welcome back to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benshaw. Before we go, look, let's get to the Village Voice. You know, we cannot go without the Village Voice. And you guys got to spread the word about the Village Voice. You've got to do that, right? Lincoln Lewis in Eye on Guyana with Lincoln Lewis. Lincoln Lewis said here, Jagdeo Ali, PPP, has demonstrated workers, African Guyanese, are not desirable. They're not. Lincoln has said it. Thousands of Guyanese are saying the same thing. They're just not. They're just not. They just don't care about ordinary Guyanese. They just don't care about workers. And more so, the PPP corrupt racist regime doesn't care about African Guyanese. Thank you, Lincoln Lewis, for this article. Thank you so much. Nothing but the truth. And to all of you guys, every single one of you guys, except this guy, except Van West Charles, every single one of you, except Van West Charles, all of you, except Van West Charles, except this one here, and except, let me see, this one here, except this one here, except this other one here, except this one here. A bunch of except, right? Except all of them, all of those that we've just shown you guys, except them. I wish you guys a good night. Stay strong, stay safe. God bless you. And God bless that beautiful country. We've got to pray for it, guys. And not only that, we've got to do more than praying. We got to stop the selfie. We got to stop the self-promotion with some of these MPs who just hop on the stage overnight and suddenly they want to promote themselves, and nothing about the people. It's about time you put the people's interests first. Once you put the people's interests first, forget about wanting to run for president. Forget about wanting to run for party leader. Forget about all those sort of things. Once the people see that you have their best interest at heart, guess what? All those things come automatically. So all of those few who jumping around, parading around, fling up here. Sorry, I can't do it. I'm not like that. I can't do it. They got to focus on the people on the ground. Take your boots off. Go take your long boots off, your long high heel off, or whatever it is, your suit, your tie. Go on the ground. Represent the people for God's sake. Don't fake this thing. People know when you are faking things. People know fake politicians. People know fake leaders. People know fake MPs. People know fake activists. People know fake pastors. Holy hallelujah. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I'm getting a little too warm up in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off. Yes, we wouldn't be doing that. Somebody said Van West Charles is a Katahar. Well, I agree with you 100%. Not only is Van West Charles a Katahar, and a bunch of PPP folks are Katahar, Kori, Chamar, and so forth and so on. They get some of them right there in the opposition. They shouldn't be there. They're sitting like snakes, like charandas, waiting to make it. I'm sorry, I scared some of you guys there for a second, right? But there's some of them like snakes in the bushes right there in the opposition. You see one of them gone out. Look, let's face reality, man. Van West Charles pull a charandas on you guys, right? And just when you guys didn't expect it, snakes all over. Look out for some more snakes. Not only are those snakes and Katahars and Korhis and Chamar and Tere Kabur and Nanika Chudor, right? In the corrupt PPP regime. You get some of them right there in the opposition, and you're going to see the bumps going to raise. They're going to come out more. They're going to get vexed, and you see they're going to pull away. They're going to promote themselves, and we know who they are. We got to weed them out of the system. We don't want them around us. They're stymieing progress. Tomorrow, Wayne Caesar is going to be on. We will continue as we have for months talking about the voters list. Thanks to Wayne Caesar for that. Voters list, voters list, voters list. We talk about that and more right here on 107.1 FM. We will also talk about Policia, a waste of time. Policia, a waste of time. My name is Mark Benshap. Again, thank you all so much for watching. 107.1 FM. Come a little closer. Mwah. Except for those lazy MPs in the opposition. They don't deserve any kudos. There are some good ones. Don't get me wrong. There are some good ones in the opposition. There are some hardworking ones in the opposition. But they get a bunch of them are lazy katahars. They are lazy korhis. They're quick for cry and complain. Oh, oh. Go and follow that one and y'all go in the zoo too with him. All y'all, we packing all y'all lazy ones in the zoo. I love you, all of you watching this program right now. I've got to go. I've misbehaved too much tonight, right? I have misbehaved too much. God bless you all. See y'all tomorrow. Same place, same time. Too many kisses. Get out of here, guys. All right, before y'all start to get IDs. I'm out of here.
And you're confident that you're going to deliver credible and fair elections?
Of course. Only one way I know, and that is the correct way. I do not believe in, oh, there's so much negative things.
And you're confident that you're going to deliver credible and fair elections?
Of course. Only one way I know, and that is the correct way.
Yeah, this is the elite team. The root team. Strong team.
Number one.
PPP team. Yeah.
As we go forward in Guyana, with all of our newfound resources, with a president as we go forward in Guyana, with all of our newfound resources, with a president such as Dr. Ali, who is my friend,
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
basement, level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money, straight up, him attack, educating everybody, big up my friends, and big up my family, turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity, straight up, Benskop stands for unity, one people, one nation, one destiny, free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see, the deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk, boom, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention, education, liberation, we have to stand strong, Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program, everybody call somebody, and let them turn and tune and on the radio, and catch the boom song, we boom it up already, we have to boom it up again, expose and reveal him, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, who tell the truth, Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth, Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit, Mark Benskop, straight up from the root, Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money, straight up, him attack, educating everybody.